I believe in setting an example and being an example. I really think being an example, like that's where it comes to. Your life needs to come and have that strength before you go out there and build a business. Otherwise, you're just going to hurt more people. You're going to hurt them, trick them. They're going to be deceived.
So Kevin, welcome to Ask the Experts with Alka. And friends, I am so excited. I'm so excited to have my friend Kevin here join me. Kevin Padillo, he is just a phenomenal guy who's just making really good strides in whatever he is doing. And Kevin, he is doing amazing things. He is the visionary of construction marketing. He follows, Jesus Christ. And so he comes from a faith-based, which is very important, because sometimes, we get so busy in what we're doing, but we lose sight of our faith. And that's the number one thing. I truly believe in that as well. You've got to have faith that leads you to where you want to go. And his mission, he's on a mission, he's on a quest to really build other people to have that force. So Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me, Alka.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Kevin, first of all, I want to start off by, just asking that when you come from faith-based and you are following Jesus Christ, if you can share with the viewers, when did that quest for you, when did that journey start for you, that faith was truly something that you wanted to be on the forefront of your mind and what you're doing?
It really came up when my marketing agency, Leadz On Demand, was started maybe 2 years ago. But during that whole journey, I found Jesus again. I've been a Christian all my life. Lost him. I went to jail, got out of jail, found him, built a business, lost him. It was like a push and pull with Jesus.
Yeah.
But he has been my strength, and I use that as my strength and a foundation. So, because it gives me hope and purpose. He gives me hope.
Right. Because, with that hope, absolutely. I mean, I can 100% agree with you, because when it comes to hope and purpose, we know as entrepreneurs, right, we know what we want. But if we don't have that hope, and you know what, let me put you the other way. We have hope as entrepreneurs, right? We have hope in what we're doing, but we can't get there quick enough if we don't have faith in ourselves or that ability. Would you agree with that?
You're right. Yes.
So what do you think is the number one thing that holds people from not seeing the potential? What do you think that is? Did you ever see your potential? And like when you were younger, did you see your potential? Did anybody guide you to say, Kevin, you're so good at doing this? Did anybody guide you? And who were they that was the who played a pivotal part in your life?
Yeah, mom and dad. Mom and dad did. They did.
Nice.
But in a weird way, like they thought I was good at sports, and then like they thought I was good at certain things, and they always believed in me and loved me. Mm-hmm. But when I went to jail and I was in prison for about 5 years of my life, I would say that a lot of people in there believed in me, like especially the people in school, like the teachers and stuff. Psychologists. Yeah, they believed in you. Mm-hmm. They believed in me, and even though I couldn't see it, I couldn't see it, but they could.
So your journey, and the reason why I wanted to have you on, because you are a true inspiration. I truly believe that you are an inspiration for what you're doing, what you stand for, and the people that you are leading, right? So your mission is to build and to lead other people. Where do you see your mission going? Do you have a vision as to where you see that mission going?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I
Like
love that. Yeah.
to be clear, my mission has three parts. It's to
Okay.
build, strengthen, and defend. And
Nice.
I put it into a vision statement, and the vision statement, it is together, young men building, strengthening, and defending their communities. So that's where the vision is for me with young men.
Love that. That is so good. And do you see the mission? Obviously, you're starting. The point would be in Calgary. And do you see your mission like evolving to like say other like in the world? How do you see that? Or do you think it's too early to like say that?
Yeah, you know, I'm always thinking big. I need to think big, and I need to think 10x.
I can think for
And
you.
so I do want. Yeah, my vision is to have the world, you know, to help young men all over the world. But it all starts with me and those are around me immediately, you know, in my community now.
How many people do you have in your community now?
Yeah, you know, maybe like a handful in my hand, right? Maybe 5 guys, like 6, maybe 10 guys that I know that we're close with.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. So that's what we're doing. We're sharpening each other.
You sharpen each other. And you know what? And there's every power to that when you sharpen each other and when you support and uplift one another, there is beauty in that. And the strength, like, you know what they say, there's strength in numbers. And there is strength in numbers. So from 10 that you have or 5 that you have, that 5 could be 15, it could be 25, but you can have like how many people you want. But it's just that mission. So Kevin, what was that? Can you go back in time and can you share with the viewers, what was that pivotal moment for you? Like you said, at school, maybe your teachers, they saw the potential. They knew how amazing you were. They knew that you had this potential, but you didn't see that. So when was that pivotal point that you saw something perhaps in you or someone else saw that in you, that things just began to like, you know, you saw something?
I started attending a men's group when I was in university.
Yeah.
I was a part of a men's group, and we went to a men's weekend, and I did a workshop, and it was like kind of like a boot camp, but
yeah,
in this retreat, like it was just men, and we challenged each other, pushed each other. I looked at my own wounds and my strengths and like stuff that I've been through in my life, and it was just a way for men to mirror that to me. And they helped show my mission. One of the things that they showed is like the journey of a young man, and the journey and how a man, you know, goes through initiation, and they leave the family and they go through initiation, they go through an adventure and danger, and becoming a boy to a man. And I learned my mission, and the mission was not clear. It was like a big long statement, but it was started like bringing me closer to the direction I meant to go. It was a huge moment for me. That weekend changed my life. There was a lot of tears and pain and anger and frustration and fear, but that like opened so many things up for me.
That is good. And I can relate to that. There were some things that I went through in my, you know, my early years that is painful. But you know what I do believe is that when we go through pain, or when we go through, because our past, and I really believe in this, like our past really shapes our future. Do you agree with that? Do you think there's some element of truth in that? That your past shapes your future? So yeah, so I can relate. You know, we have to go through things to sometimes to discover ourselves, and at that point, maybe at that time we don't. So then your entrepreneurial journey, that was quite fascinating too. So now what you're doing, you've got your mission, you've got your vision as to what you're doing. So you've got the construction force, the vision that you have, the visionary construction marketing. How did that come about? And how did your entrepreneurial journey start, Kevin?
I'm more focused on construction, like less about marketing for construction, but my goal right now is just building it's the first part of my mission, building. I'm really focusing on the building part of my mission. So to build, strength, and defend. And so that's where construction comes in. And yeah, it's great. Like the short version, I'll give you the short version. Like I love marketing.
You can give us a long version.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much, but like I had Leadz On Demand. It was a lead gen company that went through a bit of failure. I had to like 7 step. I had to lay them off. I went through all this failure.
Yeah.
I had to move in. I moved into a homeless shelter. I was like at the bottom. I was sleeping on friends' couches. I was struggling, couldn't even eat. But then I was determined to build something up. And that's where Jesus came back to my life. And he was like, Jesus spoke to me in the Bible, Nehemiah, he builds a wall for God. He builds something to protect Jerusalem.
Yeah.
And he did that out of his own initiative. And it reminds me of me and my mission to build something for God too. So God's just telling me, hey, go build things. Like, I don't want you to sit behind a computer or on your phone. Yeah. Like in marketing, I was just sitting behind a laptop all day. I wasn't outside. I wasn't moving. I wasn't building. I was very depressed actually building a marketing company because it was so boring. I was just sitting over a table.
You weren't being creative.
No, I wasn't in my masculine. I was not. I was more in my feminine, like I wasn't in my masculine strength. And now I am. And we're doing some great things right now in construction. So I'm excited for where I'm going.
That is amazing. That is so good. So construction is, is hard work, is labor, but I'm sure, in Calgary, there's a huge demand for construction. And so what part of construction are you mainly focusing on?
Right now, it's a lot of, I'm doing testing right now. I'm testing which kind of part of construction. So I'm basically a GC right now. We're doing a lot of landscaping, concrete work, cement, driveways, sidewalks, stuff like that. So anything outdoors, like the exterior of a house, a lot of residential work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
That is cool. That's cool. So the weather, obviously Calgary, well, I mean, just like Toronto too, I guess the weather kind of changes, but that to you, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the weather. You're sticking to your construction and you're good with that.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Even in the cold, it's okay. Like,
that's good. So I guess cold for you, that's your favorite season. Or are you a 4-season kind of guy, or do you like just of the one, or what?
I like snow sometimes, but I like the sun as well. The sun is always nice.
That's good. Well, it makes you feel good. I mean, psychologically, it makes everyone feel good. You see the sun. So Kevin, so I'm just going to go back to, so you said, and I can relate to you because, as I said, my past, I went through those dark moments as well in my life. So would you say that business and life, do you think it is the same? Because what we go through in business or what we go through in life, whether good or bad, the hardships, and is what we go through in business. So do you think it's the same? Do you think it's like a mirror image? What do you think?
For sure. Like, it's like if my business is not stable, where in my life am I not stable?
True.
Let's say I have cash flow issues in my business. Where in my life am I having unstable flows in my life?
Love that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, because, where are you not seeing that flow coming in? Well, so yeah, it's a mirror image, but you know what? It's hard. And a lot of people say, well, they don't think it is, or a lot of people say, well, I for me it was easier on one aspect, but it wasn't easier, so maybe it was hard for them in their personal life, but in the business it was easy. So do you think sometimes it can be the other way around. It might have like a tipping point. What do you think? Can it be done? Can some people find that you might be successful in one area, but then there's a tipping point in the other area as well?
I'm no expert, you know, I'm on my journey. I'm no billionaire yet. I'm sure you've had some very successful guests, more successful than me, but from where I am now, it's like if my life is not on a strong footing, I'm in no place to have a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need to have a strong, like, for example, like if I'm not mentally okay, how can I mentally run a business? You know what I mean?
That
Like,
is true, yes.
yeah, straight up. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know, like some people say, oh, I want to be a wealth coach, but they don't have the money, they don't have that cash flow coming in, so they're broke, but they want to be a wealth coach. I've heard a lot of people say that. I even know some people who say that, but they are not in that position. They're not well off to say, oh, I want to be a wealth coach. So I agree with you. Is that, you know, if you want to be like a mindset coach or any kind of coach, you need to be that example. Correct?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. There is some people that say fake it till you make it, right?
They do.
Like, hey, let's fake it. But it's I don't know. The thing is, like, if the advice isn't from a strong place, why take it? You know? Yeah, there's financial advisors out there. I love them. They work hard, but they're giving financial advice, but they're barely making ends meet sometimes. It's kind of it's rough. So
yeah, like when you say, like, for example, like mortgage brokers, well, you know, yeah, mortgage brokers, I would say, let's keep it that. So say you're a mortgage broker, but you're broke. With broker, I mean, literally that's what you are. You're broke. So why, you know, you're giving advice, but people take advice from like a mortgage broker. People don't take advice from people who've made money, or like a, you know, millionaire or billionaire who has made money, who knows where they're going and how they've done it. So people often take advice from people who have not really set that example. So how important do you think it is to like set an example or to follow advice from people who have done extremely well in their life? How important do you think it is, not only for you, but how important do you think it is to share with our viewers that to be successful or where you are heading in life, what do you need to do? What is that one critical point that you will want to share what you might do perhaps?
I believe in setting an example and being an example. So I'm in no place to give construction advice right now. Like if you're looking for construction advice in this podcast, I'm not the guy to give that to you today.
Kevin's been straight up.
But I think I can be example for young men that want to beat adversity. And yeah, I really think being an example, like that's where it comes to. Your life needs to come and have that strength first.
Yes.
Before you go out there and build a business. You know, otherwise you're just going to hurt more people. You're going to hurt them, trick them. They're going to be deceived.
So when you say hurt them, how would they be hurt and how would they be deceived?
Bad advice, basically. It would just be like bad advice coming from about, like, yeah, the source of the advice would hurt them.
So then would you say then the same point would come that, you know, those boys, they need to have advice from people who have actually done or been in that position where they are right now and they've overcome that challenge?
Like, yeah, that's they need to overcome that challenge. Like, you know, like if someone tried to preach me about Jesus, if someone came to come and try to preach me, but then they're swearing and they're cussing and they're having sex before marriage, you know, they're cheating on their wives or they're doing drugs and they're trying to tell me about Jesus, I don't care what they have to say, because they're not following what they're preaching. And
right.
I'm working on my own walk. Like before I start, I'm trying to improve my own walk before I try to correct someone else's walk.
Yeah. Wow.
It's stronger, you know. Yeah, it's stronger.
You could have made those footsteps stronger.
Yeah.
So then those footsteps, that when you're making those footsteps stronger, other people are going to be in your footsteps and they're going to gain that strength from you.
Yeah.
Because your footsteps are stronger. So yeah, you know what? I think it's very interesting. You know, sometimes when we think about life or when we think about, you know, where we're going and where we're heading, but I think, you know, there's always a challenge. And you know what's one interesting point that I absolutely love, and I've been through this in my life. Well, I've gone through challenges, I've gone through adversities, but how important do you think when we are faced with challenges and adversities, how important do you think that people need to make that shift and have that, like you said, you know, you've got to have that faith. You've got to have that leap of faith to make sure that you get to the other side. How important do you think that, because I know what I did to overcome that, but how important do you think it truly is, whether you're going through adversities or challenges and have those roadblocks?
How I deal with my challenges, it starts, you know, on my knees and beside my bed, and I talk to God and I pray and I'm like, Lord, guide me and strengthen me. And I thank him. I'm like, thank you for the test. Thank you for thank you for this challenge. Lead me the right way.
Love that.
Guide me through the right path. You know, bless my decision making. And after that, it seems to be okay.
Love that.
It seems to be okay. And then after I tell myself, hey, it's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. And I go where I need to go after. Yeah, as scary as it might be, I think, yeah. One project I'm working on soon is combating drug dealing.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of people being hurt by drugs. And you know, I know some drug dealers, and I work in construction. There's a lot of guys, they think drug dealing is cool.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
They think it's cool, but the thing is, like, I know a lot of friends that have died and have been addicted, and now they're like schizophrenic or they have a mental disease because of drugs.
That's right.
And it's cowardly. They're destroying communities. They're destroying children. They're destroying futures. And you know, that then they're doing an evil act and they're hurting people. And I'm looking for guidance on how to confront those people. I know, you know, it could be violent. It could be a violent confrontation, but someone needs to stand up against that kind of evil. And so I'm looking for guidance for God. Like, how can you guide me the right way, Lord, to stand up to a drug dealer or someone who's poisoning their community? Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, so that's one thing I'm working on.
That is amazing. I love that. I love that cause, because, you know, it's very important. You know, absolutely. Why would people, you know, ruin one another? Why would people sort of do the evil acts? It's an evil act because, you know, if you follow Jesus, Christ, and you have that faith base, well, you're not going to, you do something wrong, then you need to stand up for that. People need to stand up for what they believe in. And I commend it for you though, Kevin, because that is so good. You need to stand up. And as long as we stand up for what we believe in, we will never go wrong. And so as long as we have Jesus Christ, we have that faith base, and he's always beside us, and it doesn't matter what we do, we will always be on the right path. So Kevin, I so truly appreciate you. You have just been phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming on to Ask the Experts with Alka, sharing that time with me. We truly value you, because it truly is, you know, it may not be easy for what, you know, you have gone through in your life, but what you're doing, it is amazing. And I love that. So you want to share anything else before what the viewers might want to hear?
No, I just want to say thank you, and yeah, go follow whatever Alka is doing. She's doing really good things, and she's doing awesome stuff with like mentorship and real estate. She's a good friend of mine, so go follow and buy whatever she's offering if you're listening to the podcast. And Alka's great, so thank you, Alka.
Thank you, Kevin. Likewise, appreciate you. And friends, if you feel right now that you are stuck, if you feel that there is no way out, and you feel that life is, you are taking 10 steps forward, but you are going 5 steps back. And if you feel right now there is no hope, there is no way out, whether financially or spiritually, you deserve every happiness. And Kevin, my good friend, has just proven to you what he is doing and how he has overcome. And he is doing amazing things, and he will continue to do amazing things. But friends, do not quit, because you deserve financial and spiritual well-being, because we all deserve that. And Kevin, right here, right now, has spoken to you, my friends, as to what is possible. And the mere word, I'm just going to leave you with this. The mere word impossible is I am possible. And yes, you are, friends. You are possible. Kevin is possible, and I am possible, and you are possible too, my friends. So stay tuned for the Ask the Experts with Alka. I'm going to be having more guests coming on to share their expert knowledge so you can improve your life 110%. So Kevin, thank you, my friends, for joining me on the show today. Always appreciate you doing amazing, amazing things. Keep on rocking it, and I will see you soon, my friend.